Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
And good evening, everybody. Once again, I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at criticalblast.com, author on Warren Murphy's The Destroyer series. And we are here to pay tribute to yet another indie comic book that's out there funding, one that's in its last 2 hours. So we're trying to just kind of send it off with a little bit of activity here. It's a bit of an unusual situation as we have somebody representing the comic book who's not the creator, but is very familiar with it. The creator, unfortunately, has family business that can't allow him to focus on his book. So it's good to have somebody watching out for him. Got a guardian angel on his shoulder here. Pops Van Zandt. How are you doing, Pops?
I'm real good, except for a little bit bummed for my friend.
I understand that. So I've checked out the trailer for this book, and the book in question is Mojo Risen, Darkness Rising #1. I keep wanting to say Mojo Rising because I'm a big Doors fan.
I say it that way too. I can't help it because you get that Morrison thing going in the back of your head as soon as you see the word.
Exactly. This is Mojo.
And then, the little Iron Maiden font. If you look at the logo, you got the Iron Maiden font there.
Sure.
Obviously the creator Raj, he's a big rock and roll, big metal fan,
So what's your relation to Raj Mann, the guy who's behind the book here?
Well, see, Raj and I met in a music group on Facebook arguing about music. That's what I say. He's a big metal fan. That's why you see influence in the, he's a big music fan. You see the influence in the book. But we were arguing about who was doing it better, Sammy or Dave. So that's how we met, and that's how we became friends, because we had differing opinions. Oh my God, it actually happens.
You can actually get along with somebody that you disagree with?
You can become them pretty much best friends with somebody that you disagree with.
That's unheard of. That had to be happening in like 1970 or something, because it doesn't happen.
It happened like last year.
Oh, well, no, 2020, that's impossible. We got to report you to somebody for therapy or something.
It was last year, 2019, and we were both, the whole thing that was great about it was we found out we were both comic fans as well.
That is cool.
Then we really became friends. You see what I'm saying? So I had been kicked out of a comic group and had started my own comic group, and it was a humble little 200-300 people group. And he was like, "Yo, man, I'm creating a comic." And I just started my group, and I had a Facebook account had been hammered. So I had created a alter ego, Pops Van Zandt, an extra account, a backup account that I could go out on, because nobody's shutting me up. I got stuff to say. So Raj took my alter ego and wrote it into the book he created. Now, he had the idea. He was helping Greg Harms out at a con last year. And he sort of came up with the idea while they were sitting there talking, and they decided to go ahead and they were going to do it. And Raj's friend Manuel Soto, is an interior artist and co-writer. And it just kind of like blew up in their little Texas group down there, and they all started working on it. And it was pretty much done in April, and we were almost ready to let it go. But our problem had been the guy we wanted to do the colors wasn't available at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So April came and COVID came, and we went,
It made everybody go like that.
Yeah. Are we going to release this or not? Edwin became available to do the colors. Edwin Artex Badillo. All right, screw it. We're waiting. We're gonna give you a better product. We're gonna add pages. We're gonna come back at you in a couple months with a better product. And I was talking to people in the group all this time, all year long. We've been talking about it, promoting it, keeping people aware of what was going on, showing off little snippets of art and, just whatever we, to keep interest.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Raj is a first-time creator. He's turning me into a comic book character in his group, so I have some kind of vested interest in the success. I want people to buy it. I want there to be a book 2, which there already is book 2. It's like halfway done. This book is complete. It's going right to print. It's coming right out to the backers. It's we don't even have anything left to do. I think all the lettering was all that was left, and I'm pretty sure it's done. So,
and to let people know who are watching that the book has been funded. It's reached its goal. In fact, here's the Kickstarter page for it now. It had a $1,500 goal, and it has blown past that. It's at $4,220.
Like I said, I talked about it for 8 months. And by then my group was at the beginning of August, or in August when we launched this, my group was at about 1,200 people. And I had been doing my online cons for a few months now. So we've got, a bit of a following. I've been talking about it for a long time. When we finally got ready to launch it, it funded right away. I really wasn't concerned about it funding. I was pretty sure it was going to, because we had, so much interest in it before we ever got to that point. And it did. It funded right away.
Yeah, it's got 130 backers to it. That's really good.
Yeah, we had like 70 or 80 backers, like I think in the first night. So it was like we knew it was gonna. Like I said, I was pretty confident in the feedback that we were getting from the group. Everybody was excited about it. Everybody, we had a lot of people liking what we were doing, what they were doing. I say we a lot, but no, it's they. I just promote the heck out of everything. That's what I do.
I can relate. That's pretty much all I do. That's what I do half the time.
That's it. It's pretty much my life. That's all I do is promote people.
Well, let me get this blown up here. I'm going to play the video here for anybody watching. Hopefully I've done this right, and we'll get to see some of this going on here.
Yeah, that's Bayonetta. She's like one of the bad people, the jilted ex-girlfriend type. That's Selena Van Zandt. That's my daughter. I don't really have a daughter, but that's my daughter in the book. And she's mad at me, and that's her pet, Brute the Battle Pig. And he can be nice or he can be mean depending on what she wants.
Hey, there's Pops.
Yeah, that guy. He's just like I just run the bar and the black market store where you pick up your ammo and stuff. And that's Mojo, the classic anti-hero. He's really a nice guy. He's trying to protect the people, the normal people, from being slaughtered by the bad people. Really, it's apocalyptic New Orleans, and that is the center of magic in the world now. That's
very cool.
Magic, okay. So Mojo's defending that magic and trying to keep it controlled by the side of good. And there's a lot of bad people that want to control the magic and do evil. So we have different things going on. And then you throw in a jilted ex-girlfriend and a massive battle pig, and, things get out of hand.
Of course. Now, how many pages are we looking at here for this first book?
It was 32 pages, and then I think the stretch goals have added a couple extra pages of art and character bios. But if you look at the colors on when we did let me show you. Can I show you that? Okay.
Oh, let me give you full screen here.
Can you see this right here? This was the banner that was going to be hanging behind the table at the cons this summer, but of course we had no cons this summer.
Yeah.
This is Manny Soto. That's his art and colors, and that was how we were going to present the book in the first place. And then Edwin Artek's video became available, and the colors will be a little darker, but a little more pop. And you'll see as you scroll down on the Kickstarter page the difference in the art. Although
you unlocked a lot of goals.
Yeah, it's the backer goals are also great. Okay, not just stretch goals, but every time we reach a certain amount of backers, that's where we throw in like sketch cards in random packages, original art sketch cards. One of the tiers, I think you can buy a sketch or a blank cover and have any of the artists involved in the project do a sketch cover for you, or you can get a blank cover for yourself.
That'd be very cool. Now you got 130 backers. So, Raj has been busy. For those watching, Raj has had a death in the family. He's attending to that. So he hadn't had a chance to update this picture yet, but you've got 130 backers. So technically you've unlocked the 4x6 tarot card and the mystery.
I'm not sure which tarot card that is. I told Greg, hey, you need to, but Greg lives right there near Raj, and he might just be there with Raj.
Yeah,
that's why I'm out here.
That would make sense. Now they're down in Texas. I guess you're in Texas, or where are you?
I'm up in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah.
LP or UP?
Lower, Southwest. I'm let's see. I don't know, about halfway between Detroit and Chicago.
Okay.
Pretty much in a straight line.
Hold the mitten up. Say, hey, you're about right here.
A little more down, but see, we my LCS is in Mishawaka, Indiana. So we're pretty close to that border down there, that Indiana border.
Okay, yeah, I love supporting the LCS, and
well, I didn't want to name drop unless it was okay, but if it's okay, I'll throw it out there for sure.
Throw the name out there, man. That's what we exist for.
It's buymetoys.com in Mishawaka, Indiana. Man, it's an awesome store. That's Kelly and
Buy Me Toys?
Yes.
Are they the ones that did the Oz Wonderland Chronicles?
I don't think they're involved in that. I mean, if they are, she didn't tell me.
Somebody did a book. I thought it was the Oz Wonderland Chronicles. It was about 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that might have been Casey's book.
But that thing was the bomb. I loved that thing.
That might have been Casey's book. I'm going to ask her about that because she told me that Casey did a book way back when.
That was beautiful stuff too. I'm gonna look it up while we're talking here.
Yeah, look it up. Those are my people, man.
Boys, Wonderland, Oz. We'll just see.
Yeah, those are my people. I love them guys. They've taken such good care of us since we've started being customers. Yep.
BuyMeToys.com, the Oz Wonderland Chronicles.
Look at that, man. Yeah, I gotta tell Kelly about this now. I met somebody that knew about it because she told me about it.
By name, as soon as you said their name, I was like, yeah, I know these people, but yeah, I would love to talk with them because Pops, we do a thing every other Saturday where we have the LCS guys show, and we started this back when COVID hit. We had because I wanted to see how shops were surviving, and we had a guy from California. We have Yule Carter from Fantastic Comics in Berkeley. We have Michael Tierney from the comic book store in Little Rock. Dave Dyer, who's my LCS guy here in Belleville, Illinois, and Perch, Comic Perch, who's up in Oregon. And we would just,
I just tagged her just now in the group because she's in my group.
Yeah, have them come in. But we meet every other Saturday, and I'd love to fill that skipped Saturday in with a second group of retailers to kind of do the same thing, just have a different outlook on things. Usually it's turned into sort of a gripe session now about, had Diamond screwed us on this, or Luna did a real good job at that, or this is what sold us.
Really positive. Okay, this is what I've noticed about Kelly. No matter what we post in the group that has a negative intone for the retailer aspect of it, she's always finding the positive and pointing it out to us.
Find that silver lining.
Well, I mean, she's living it, so I take her word for it. Every time I post something up there and I'm not sure, sometimes I've been tagged her, yo, what? But usually she catches it and she'll correct me or she'll make her opinion known if it doesn't, if it doesn't agree with what she's actually experiencing. She'll be like, nah. And she's got a pretty big store and a nice store and great kids and everything. Man, I love the guy. Like I said, we went last time we were in there, or no, the time before, I can't remember. We went up there to see Dominic Pace.
Okay.
Gecko from The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there doing a signing. I got my Beskar. I got a piece of Beskar. He signed it. You know, got a little Lego of him. He signed that. You know, it was like,
Man,
great guy.
I miss going to signings. I miss doing signings because I had books come out, and I was like, okay, you know, not only did I have the Destroyer books come out for the Murphy team, but you know, Critical Blast has been publishing books for the last year. I'm like, man, we're going to hit the convention season hard this year, and I'm just sitting here with cardboard boxes that are going nowhere because we can't sign, we can't sit. It's just.
Well, see, I made the mistake of not going out and jumping into Twitter mode until just a couple weeks ago. You know, I don't like the platform because of how, let's use the word, toxic it is.
Oh yeah, it'll suck you in.
So I have avoided it. But then it was like, okay, he launched. When he launched the book, I was like, okay, I kind of got to go out there now. But if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't know who you are. I would, you know what I mean? It's like I've met quite a few people in the last few weeks since I went out there that have been very helpful, and I'm glad I finally did it. You know?
If you want to stay sane on Twitter, go in with a reason, do your reason, get out.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much caught that. It's like you can get sucked in so easily.
Oh man, so we got
Especially by
covers
your
here.
friends, because you don't want to mute your friends.
No.
You know,
No.
but then here he comes with something, and you're like, oh, yeah. Trying to comic over here.
Yeah, man, leave the tinfoil over there. We're trying to comic over here.
Well, the whole thing is like you got tinfoil hats that turn into crowns, and you got crowns that turn into tinfoil hats, and you don't have no idea who's right anymore, man. And you know what? Even your own life experience. Your own life experience is what you better make your own rules by right now, because that's life right now.
Yeah. Even comics Twitter isn't, even pure comics Twitter is not safe from that now, because it's like comics Twitter is just fractioning off into different places. And by golly, if you don't ascribe to the first rule through the last rule, you're the enemy, and we'll just cancel you one way or the other.
And see, that was the great thing about it. I created my own group. I'm just a comic fan. I don't got no boss. Nobody can tell me nothing. So I was able to create a group that I was able to completely keep anything not comic out of.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't care if they have, their little hashtag or whatever. That doesn't matter to me. Don't come out there preaching in my group. Show me what show me what you did. Show me your book. Show me your work. If I like it, I might buy it.
Let it
and
stand.
That's all. That's all we do, is we just promote and network. We encourage people to network, and we promote. And that's what the group Comic Related Madness is about. It ain't about nothing else. And everybody in it, 1,550 people strong, know it. And Absolutely. They're all, like I said, all different kinds of people. And if it works in that little environment, it can work everywhere, y'all. Really. Just leave that shit out of your comic thing.
People have to want it to work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have a personal page that I might have some opinions on.
Sure.
What I'm saying is if I don't bring that into my group, everybody else can do that, and everybody does. That was the whole thing. It was like, just come in here with your work, show us your art, show us your books, talk about your art, talk about your books, and we will promote the heck out of them. That's what we do.
That's
you
can have a lot of fun doing that. I know I have a lot of fun doing that. That's
it. That's it. I'm trying to have fun. Don't ruin it for me, guys.
Well, let's look at some of these covers we got here and some of the
okay, that's what I meant about the new art as opposed to the old art. If you look, it's like Edwin's colors, not the art, the colors. The artist is the same.
Okay.
The colors, when Edwin was free to join us and pop in on the book, you can see the difference in the colors. Okay? And that was what we wanted in the beginning when they first started the book. They wanted Edwin on, but he was already busy with something else, and COVID helped us. in that way.
Yeah.
It delayed it just enough for our guy to get free and he could jump in. And then it was the whole team, the team they wanted, and they actually got to go do what they wanted to do. The snake is the problem, or one of the problems. Her name is Hera. And
like the Greek goddess.
except for, well, maybe even kind of like her. Hera is like the devil on Mojo's shoulder. She's the one always slithering the bad advice into his ear.
Okay.
That's why he's an anti-hero. Because if he wasn't telepathically connected to this snake, he might be a nicer guy.
That's interesting. So he's bonded to this source of evil that he's got to always listen to then.
Well, he doesn't have to listen to.
But hear it. Yes, hear it.
That advice is always creeping in, or, bad ideas. Remember bad idea genes?
Yes. Yeah, yep. They were a bad idea.
Hey, how about 50? Yeah, there you go. See, Hera, she's not the best influence on our hero. That's all.
Okay.
So there's Raj, and he's the one that came up with the concept, and him and Manny co-wrote the story. And Raj's just a good dude, man. Look, I didn't really hardly know Raj, and during our talk about music and stuff, I told him who my favorite guitarist was and whatnot. Raj sent me this, man.
Let's get that back up there. Give you I mouse between two monitors here, and sometimes my mouse doesn't come across.
Look at this.
Zach Wild.
It's a bobblehead, dude.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
gotta
bobblehead. Number 15 of 100.
That's a low number.
Okay. He sent me a pic. He sent me an autographed Ace Frehley picture. He sent me all this stuff, right? You don't hardly know me. We just got along in conversation, right? In a conversation that in most cases nowadays would have went bad. So I had some stuff that I sent him, which turned out to be like something he really, really liked. I had an inaugural season Anaheim Ducks hockey jersey signed by the whole team.
Wow.
And I didn't know he was a fan, And when I told him about it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a fan." I'm like, "Oh, well, you know what? I'm not really a fan of that team." And since you like it more than me,
why don't you take it?
And I sent him a couple other things, and it's like ever since then, we've been sending stuff back and forth to each other. Like, I don't know if we're trying to outdo each other or what.
I'm digging that Wonder Woman print to your left there. That's
this is the Indiana Comic Con poster.
Oh, very nice.
For 17, I think. Yeah, 2017.
Now you're running an online.
If you want a little look at the walls, I can give you a little look at the
look
walls.
at that.
Okay, we got Ernest McClendon, Greg Harms, Monty Michael Moore, Jonathan Brooks, Pops Van Zandt up there at the top.
Hey.
Gaz Moses did the Hulk Wolverine. Buck Nasty did the Captain Juggy. John R. Smith up there with the Batman Who Laughs, and also the Jedi Pops. Yeah, that's me.
It's very good. Very good. You with the lightsaber.
Marseille Phillips did that. Electra. I did that. She. Andrew Mangum, Hatchet. Jim Kovacic. I know I'm messing that up, but did the Spawn. Oh, you can't see that one because it's too bright over there.
That's all right.
Reflection, but we got Michael Leon's Carnage. Up in the corner is a Jim O'Reilly. Suicide Squad. Homage to Jim Lee. Got Adam Fields Superman Retro up there. Action number 1. Oh, geez. Who's that? I can't remember. Gary Parkin. Gosmosis doing me as Odin. Jack Purcell's Thor, Gary Ratliff's Beta Ray Bill, JT Malloy did the Black Cat and the Super Pops right there.
You're promoting a lot of independent artists there because none of those names I think have done any big 2 work.
I think Jim O'Reilly might be in there a little bit. Jack Purcell, I think, did some DC and Marvel. Yeah, that's probably it on the original art.
Okay, you're a pretty good artist yourself there. That Billy Tucci She you had going up there. You've done some comic work in your own right.
No, I've drawn 5 pictures in my life.
Well, that's a page. Come on.
Yeah, I'm saying I drew a Lady Death, I drew Elektra, I drew She.
I
did a Drunken Frosty, and I did a Thanos. I haven't done very many. I'm not like an artist. But if the inspiration grabs me, like I'll draw something. You know, it's weird because, like I said, I'm by no means an artist. But I don't even remember why I drew the Elektra the first time. Oh, and this is Adam Fields did this for my granddaughters. Poison Ivy.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, we got a lot of Adam Fields art in the house, and we got I think 3 of the Ernest McClendons. We got 2 Ant-Mans. He did one for each of my grandsons. And most of these people we're talking about, a lot of these people are going to be in CromCon this weekend. So
now, CromCon, that's your online convention that you're doing.
Yes.
How do people go to that?
We broadcast it on Comics Cast on Facebook, In the Comic Related Madness on Facebook, and on Indie Comics Cast on YouTube.
Okay. Now, how does that work? I mean, I know how DC did it because DC was just advertising a bunch of stuff.
This ain't nothing like that. This is interaction. This is fun. Look, I started this the first time when ECCC went down. I was like, by then my group was 500 or 600 people. And I was like, what am I going to do for all my friends? I had a lot of creatives in the group that had tables set up that were going, oh my God, that one went down. Oh my God, they're not giving me my money back. They want to keep it for 2021. I was like, everybody was freaking out right back in April. When the con started going, or actually in March, I think, when the con started going down, people started freaking out. And the first thing I thought was, what can I do to help my friends? Now, at the time, I used to talk to Brian Polito a lot. Okay, that was before the account got smashed. And I had to make a new account. Brian Polito has 5,000 friends. I can't add my new account to be his friend again. So I don't talk to him near as much as I used to, but we used to talk a lot. And when ECCC went down, I was like, Brian, what are you going to do? And so, that guy, he's a fast thinker. He gets right on top of it. He's like, well, boom, con next weekend. He started talking about it right away. Went out live in his groups, on his pages, Sworn Nation, Cyber Fiends. He went out there, hey, everybody, this weekend, all my ECCC products going to be available for you to buy through the Lady Death Universe store. And he went, bip, 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 right? And he called Seattle and he shipped all my stuff back, and he stayed right there at home and did an online con. And because he had a huge following, he could just do it like that, bam, that fast,
Yeah.
Well, I was like, okay, well, I don't have a huge following like that. So I took a few weeks building interest, getting people to take a time slot, and put together what I called CromCon 1 or CromCon. I didn't know there was going to be 2. Okay. So I told everybody, if you want a time slot, I'm going to do StreamYard just like this. And you can bring out as, people, if you want to have other people come out, a panel, you want to bring your creative team out, and we'll do Q&As with the people. You can show them your project. If you want to come out if you're a vendor and you have glass etchings, you want to come out and show them off, tell everybody where they can buy them at. You do that. I didn't care. I wanted, all the people that were missing that table set up to come talk to people.
Yeah.
And have a chance to sell something.
Just sell it. Sell it over the computer and, sign it to people.
Here we go. Good night from the grandkids.
Good night.
You say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, good night. Love you. I'm really busy right now.
Gabe's coming.
I know Gabe's coming too. I know. I can hear him tromping down the stairs. Grandpa. What's up, dude? Whoa.
Come join the show.
You just knocked that down. Now, quit pushing on my chair, please. Back up.
I didn't put it.
Come here. What are you doing? You want to show everybody your shirt? What kind of shirt you wearing, dude? Ah, what is that?
Avengers.
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 And Paw Patrol pants.
And Paw Patrol pants. Yeah.
I love the Avengers. Well, oh man, that's what I love doing at conventions, Pops.
Yeah.
I like to talk to artists and have them combine things. So now I want to see a Paw Patrol Avengers.
You hear that? He wants to see Rocky as Hulk, right? Rocky as Hulk.
Definitely it'd be Rocky as Hulk.
Yeah. What do you think?
And I'm Iron Man.
You're Iron Man.
Yeah,
You
you're-
can't be Iron Man.
Iron Man.
We could have Marshall as the Human Torch.
Yeah, Marshall could be. Well, I don't know. I don't know about the Human Torch.
I think he's the fire dog, right?
Yeah, but you know.
This is Stabby, and Hello this is Stabby. So big.
Wait, hold up. Say hi. Hold up. I gotta check and make sure this survived that fall. Oh, it did. Wonderful. I thought the glass broke when that thing hit the ground.
Glass is replaceable. Broken art's
Yeah.
not.
Well, I mean, I just, you know, I didn't know what it was laying face down and it was flat, and I didn't hear the glass break. I was like, you know,
Got lucky.
but we're good. Okay, you two.
Okay, bye.
We love you. Good night.
Bye. What's his
Bye.
name? What's
He is
his name?
RJ.
Bye.
Bye, RJ.
What's his real name?
Well, is that your business?
Yes.
No, it's not. Go.
Smart kids. Okay, he's on the internet. What's his real name?
Yeah. That's because she knows. See, I make them call me Pops. I don't like being called Grandpa. I make them call me Pops too. It don't work, but I try. You know.
I've got a ways to go yet. I'm 53, but I've got a 12-year-old.
7 yesterday, and I have a 30-year-old.
That's what my wife says. That's where we should be. We should have like our son should be our grandson. I'm like,
Yeah.
Things happen when they happen, and
That's
he
true,
was
though.
a surprise. And
And I'm sure you're not unhappy about it.
no, I just said now we have to live longer. We're committed.
Yeah, and the grandpa years are going to be a little rougher on you.
Yes, they will.
They do jump on you, bro. They jump on you.
Well, let's take a look at some of these pledge levels here that people can get in on.
All right.
Obviously, you got the $1 pledge, which
Yeah, and that's
just if you want to give some money, make the thing happen.
I mean, even if you just want to show that little teeny bit of support, you know, I mean, it's just throwing some love. That's what that is. And the PDF, you know, the PDF we offered for the worldwide audience because worldwide shipping is crap right now. We're not putting people through that.
Right. They wouldn't get their book till next year.
And pay $30 or $40 or whatever. No.
Exactly.
Man,
So the real one is $13 when you start in, I guess.
Yeah, the big easy. And it is, geez, I can't remember. I think it's the flame cover, the one that's the very, let's see. Yeah, I think it's the Manny Soto, the orange cover. You'll probably be going down to see it, not up. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put all the covers at the bottom.
All the everything. is
Okay.
down. See, that's I think that's the big tier right there.
All right. I see what he's got the tiers at the bottom. Dude, yeah, put them up at the top.
Well, they go right after. It's like they wanted to introduce the team because
Sure.
it's the first book. You know, it's like it was kind of like, hey, here's who we are and here's what we have. Next time it'll be like, y'all know who we are. Here's what we got.
That's it. So this is the flame cover for the Big Easy tier. That's the $13 one.
That's Manny Soto art with I think Edwin Artex Padillo color, and as you know, I mean, it's just fire. We love it. And the second one down right there is not available anymore, but that was a cross cover promotion we did with VooDoo Nations. They did a cover. We did a cover that connected together. Now those are the two I bought. Okay, I bought those two because I wanted the connector. You can't beat that.
I love connecting covers.
Yeah. I'm putting them in a frame together, and that's all there is to that. They're going up on the wall over there. Oh, I didn't even show you that part. I'll show you that later. The other wall isn't art. It's all books.
All books. I've got some books on my wall, but I don't have very many that I framed. The ones I framed, I didn't do the comic book frames that you can pick up at the LCS.
Right.
I took to a frame shop. A guy was retired, and it was his art and hobby. So he uses museum glass and matting and all that stuff. So
Right. Well, I might get to that point someday. I buy the dollar store frames.
yeah, dollar store frames are good because you can open them up and get your book back out and look at it.
I mean, my whole wall back there, I mean, you can see right over my shoulder, but that whole wall back there is all books that are signed by different people. Basically, that's what
cool.
the back wall is, the signed books. Some of the signed books.
Yeah, I got a lot of signed books that I forgot I had signed. I got 27 long boxes off to my left here, stacked up against the wall, and every so many years, you know, when as I get new comics, they all just go into a long box of their own, and they're all a mess. They're not in order.
This is 3 layers of designer boxes. You can't really see them all, but they're all, you know, these shelves right here is 3 layers of the designer boxes.
Oh yeah.
Can't see the bottom ones, but there's a Wolverine down there, and you know. But all the designer boxes are on this side, and then we got filing cabinets on that side, and more boxes back there.
You got them organized, man.
Oh, I know exactly. I can go on my computer and go, "Where's this?" and go right to where it is, wherever it is. I know. You know.
I tried to do that. I wrote a database for my comic books, and it was so granular because that's my day job. I'm IT. I write databases and do application programming. So my database, I could sit down in the form, and I could say, you know, hey, there's a convention coming up, you know, on a certain month. Show me everything I've got that, you know, George Perez did the interiors on for DC between 1985 and 1987.
That's what I need. I need to be able to break stuff down that much, man. I can't do that, but I can find it.
I've got it. It runs on Access, but man, I could never get everything put into it. It took forever to do the data entry on it. I'm like, you know, I didn't think this through. Or it worked great if you're just starting out collecting, because then you're just putting a couple in every week. Yeah. But when you got, you know,
are you familiar with Stash My Comics?
Not familiar with that one. No.
It's a free database. When I started collecting again this time 5 years ago, we picked up a collection of a couple thousand books, and it was free. It was an online free database program, and I was like, okay, well, I like free, so I started putting books in it. And then once you've got a couple thousand books in the database, you don't change.
No.
Now I got like 6,400 books in it. You know?
Well, I do have one on my phone here that I haven't gotten into yet because I'm waiting for some other things to shake out here so I can have some time. But then I'm going to open up my boxes to start at the beginning. I got this app called Sort It, and they do movies and other collectible things. But you can put your comics into it and, you know, change it around, see it like that. Right. But the thing that's I like about the Sorted app is there's no data entry. It's you scan the barcode, right, and it pulls everything up. So yours might work the same way there.
Except that I have a lot of indie books that don't show up in those data. I mean, I have to submit a lot to Stash My Comics.
Yeah.
Out of the indie stuff, I have to submit them myself to get them to put them in the database. You know.
Yeah, the database exists from everybody else's entries.
But they allow you to do that. See, they allow you to submit. You know, if you got a good crisp picture of the cover, and you have all the pertinent information that fills up their database. You know, the author, you know, writer, artist, first appearances, all the crap that they want to know. If you have all that, they'll put it right up on their website.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, it's the same with the Sorted app. It's you scan it and it doesn't exist, or if you're like me and you have a lot of stuff from 1974 and beforehand, before they put barcodes on comic books, then you just got to type it in and take the pictures if they don't have it. But it's cool. It's cool, but that's not why we're here. We're talking about Raj's stuff here. This is the vignette entry form. It's a
And that watercolor right there, that's Greg Harms. Greg Harms is the publisher of Mojo Rising. He's the the guy who runs Third Empire, which I happen to have a print of that one, and it's a beauty, man.
Oh, that does look
Greg
nice.
Harms. Now, Greg Harms also did that Spider-Man, which was, I think, the Palace Theater movie poster.
Oh, that's very cool.
But Greg Harms is a really good artist in his own right, but he used to work with Roman Morales III.
Now, why do I know that name?
Because that name was Third Empire.
Okay.
A few years ago, he worked with Polito, I think. He was, they called him the Gentle Giant. He was a real big guy, real nice guy. And he passed a few years ago. And Greg had worked with him and wanted to carry on the Third Empire and carry on the name. So he went to the family and he asked their blessing, and they said, yeah. And this is the rebirth of the Third Empire right here. And they have quite a few other books on there under the banner that will be coming out over the next few months. Alien Skies, Cold Front, Skinwalkers. I think it's called Skinwalkers. There's a few, that they have planned out for the rest of, the next few months, whatever happens.
Hook them up with us. We'll talk about their books.
Oh yeah. Well, see, this is the whole thing. It's like it would have been them out here with you. Because obviously you still would have come to me and said, hey, do you want to go talk about it? Because you saw it and you was like, hey, that looks cool, and it was like, and then I kind of told you what was happening and you was like, do you want to come out and talk about it? I still would have passed, if they were out here available right now, I would have passed that on to them and they'd be the ones out here talking to you.
He's got more pressing things to deal with right now.
So it's like, they're such good people, man. Like they included me. Who am I? They included me in their book. I wasn't anybody, just a comic book collector with this little stupid comic group. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you guys stupid.
We didn't take it personal.
Madness, it's they know. It's a great group, man. It really is. And Raj is like one of the first people that was part of it. He's been there from the beginning. Greg's been there from the beginning. Manny, all these guys have all been part of that group from the beginning. And I just feel like family with them. And I'll even tell you another little story about them and what great people they are. My grandson, he was 6 years old at the time. He did a little drawing of a little character. He's like, told me his name and told me his powers and all that, right? Because he's like really into what we got going on. He's been a big fan of what Grandpa's been doing with the comics. So he created a little character and told me his powers and everything. And I told Raj, I was like, look at this, man. And Raj was like, oh, we're putting him in the book. So he showed Manny the little drawing that Isaac did. And Manny, of course, turned it into something like Mojo. Turned it into a character that fits in the book. And it will be in book 2. My 6-year-old grandson will be a comic character creator. Credited at 6. At 6.
I talk with a handful of creators that are doing that now, that are working with their kids to make comics. I work with I talk with the guys behind Pillow Man and Blanket Boy. It's an 11-year-old boy who did that. And then more recently, I talked with the team behind Super Cat and the Alien. Super Cat versus the Alien. Another 11-year-old kid whose dad just happens to be able to draw well, and they kickstarted that product and their funding because I keep saying that it's important to do that because if we want to have another generation of comics creators, we've got to get another generation of comics fans.
I was on Drew Esch's show last night, and we were having that exact conversation. If you want there to be a next generation of buyers, get them interested now. Yeah. Get them interested now. And cater to the kids a little bit too. We need that kid book, okay? We need those kid comic books, kid-friendly comic books too. That's not saying you can't do your eye candy and all your fun stuff, but just think about it. if you want the kids of today to grow up to be the people buying your eye candy, give them dogs and cats right now.
Sure.
Give
Well, you know what?
You know,
You don't even have to give them that.
but you know what I'm saying. Give them kids stuff. Give them something that they love. You know, that kids love. Throw that out there too, man, because that's where your next generation of buyers and creatives is going to come from.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid in the 70s, I could pick up any book and read it as a kid because it was written in a way that it was your kids would enjoy it and your adults would enjoy it. My dad and I would, swap back and forth issues of Jonah Hex and Sergeant Rock because, it was an adult story told in a way that a kid could process
and enjoy. Don't forget the enjoyment part.
I didn't have to just read Richie Rich and Huckleberry Hound. I could read these older characters and more complex adventures. And I don't know. I know it's a controversial topic, but I don't know who the publishers think their audience is anymore because they don't seem to be targeting the long-term fans, and they don't seem to be targeting an upcoming fan base.
Well, see, that's the whole thing with Mojo. Okay, we didn't want to be a one and done type thing. Third Empire wants to have titles that give you at least 2 books a year under the banner, and hopefully more than that. I mean, it's nice if you get to the point where you get to work and just work at your art, but you got to make money to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this campaign's almost over. We got what? Hour and 10 minutes left, man. And I've loved working on this, but we're gonna move it over to not just Indiegogo, but also another platform. I don't know if you've heard of it. The other platform that's busting out right now, indiecrowdfund.com, but that's also a crowdfunding platform that's just coming out on the scene, and it's more directed toward retailers, between indies and retailers.
Okay. Because that's been the missing piece in all this crowdfunding is the bridge to the retailers.
I don't want to go past this, but when we're done talking about, I don't even want to be done talking about Roger's book, but go check out indiecrowdfund.com. We're in the function out, like the beta test, pre-launch test of this website. I say we because I'm the executive vice president of marketing, and I'll be pushing the heck out of it to try and get people to come, join the platform because it's just for you guys. We have fulfillment partners to help with all phases of crowdfunding, whether it be printing, shipping, Gemini, grading. We have CBCS on as a grading partner, Ready Comics, Comics Wellspring. It's, we're building this for you guys.
Yeah. The distribution is going to be helpful because I know that people who've tried independent distribution with their Indiegogos, they pick up a distributor, period. And these distributors, if they're shipping out magazines, they don't. It's a magazine. It's a periodical to them. They don't care that it goes into a bubble envelope or a regular envelope. But if you're a comic book specific crowdfunding and you're specific to shipping comic books, you've got a team there that knows, how to bag and board and Gemini mailer and
that's the whole thing. Gemini might even be going a little farther with it. We're working with them and they're talking about complete fulfillment, where they're packaging, backing, boarding, packaging your Gemini and shipping it.
Pops, we got ourselves a whole other show here to do. I'm serious now. When you're ready to get that thing out of beta, you give me a call. We're going to
go look at it. I want you to go look at it. Maybe after we're done talking, or when we go backstage after it's over, maybe we talk about it a little bit. But it is the next phase in crowdfunding, and I'll just let it at that for right now. And we'll talk about this book because Mojo, man, get your Mojo on. We got 2 hours.
Now I reloaded it here, and I have done nothing for you.
Well, it's not that you haven't done anything for us, bro. It's that we're doing the best we can. I'm sure this would be a lot better if they were hearing it from the creator and from the guys involved. I'm sure that would mean a lot more to the fans. But I just want you to know, hey, I'm in it. If there I am. Look, go back.
I passed you up. There you are.
There I am.
Hey, you're looking sharp there, Pops.
They're the reason I own this shirt.
Looks like you're ready to go kick some. You know what? Down that out.
I think. Wow, what just happened? Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, I just got black screened on my computer. I don't know. As long as you can hear me, that's cool. I'm good. If you can see me and hear me, that's good. But I can't see nothing. I don't know what happened.
You popped a little bit earlier, and I thought you were having some internet issues, but I can see and I can hear you.
All right, so we'll go until it cuts me off. Then we're good.
Your monitor might got into sleep mode since it's not being actively processed on.
I don't know. I've been messing around, sharing and stuff, and it's just went black screen. I can see the bottom taskbar, but I don't want to mess with anything because it might kick me out. I don't want to. So we'll just do it like this. I don't need to see myself.
Well, I'm going to go down and just show these last couple of tiers here.
Look at the gator cover.
The gator cover, okay. I'm pulling out French Quarter cover. That sounds hot.
Well, see, that was Gator. Now, see that right there is the Jim O'Reilly cover.
That's sweet.
And Sigmund Torres colors. But that right there, Jim O'Reilly is doing the origin story for Mojo, which should be out the first of the year. And it was kind of funny because he was going to use that for the cover for the origin story, and Raj was kind of like, "No, man, we need that for this one." He's like, "We got to use that on this one, bro. It's too good. We can't sit on that forever, So Jim's gonna have to come up with something better for the origin cover.
Yeah, that is some tight penciling there too on that gator. The detail work on those scales.
Jim is amazing, man. Jim O'Reilly is bomb artist. He really is. I mean, I got that up in the corner of Suicide Squad. It's after Jim Lee's Suicide Squad, and it's amazing, man. He does some awesome work. And Jimmy Reyes inked it, and Sigmund Torres did the colors on that cover. And it's bomb.
Yeah, we see all three versions, C, D, and E, where it's full color or the inked version or that just the pencil version. Man, I'm hot for that pencil version right now.
I mean, I really wish that I knew more. I wasn't, I didn't know all these people in all the different podcasts and all the different places that I could really go push this. Until just these last couple of weeks, I've really been starting to get to know some people and going out and promoting it. And I didn't think I was going to be the guy doing it tonight. I really didn't. So anybody who's watching, I appreciate you. Anybody who's thinking about possibly maybe going over and checking this book out, please do. I mean, if nothing else, man, give us a share. Let somebody else know because they might like it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? When you get over to Indiegogo, we'll do it again. Yeah,
well, and we're going to do Indie Crowdfund and Indiegogo both, I think, at the same time, probably, because, and the thing I'm anxious about is getting stuff in the way where retailers can see it, because that's what the other crowdfunding site is about, is making it so retailers are coming out and looking at your stuff, and they are registering. There's like 28 or so retailers that have already registered as part of that site. I want to walk down the aisle and buy me toys and see this book and that book and that book and quit paying $10 a pop to have them shipped to me, man.
Yes. I mean, when I started doing, I kicked off criticalblast.com 5 years ago or so. And at the time, we just bought we didn't buy, we made sure that we could secure every social media outlet in the name. If we had all the names to play with, we're like, okay, which one can we get everything on? And Critical Blast was the first one where it was all open. I'm like, lock them in. So we had the YouTube channel for a long time, but we didn't do that much with it. We made some pre-recorded videos. We did some recorded interviews, people like Harlan Ellison and such like that. But we didn't start live streaming until like a year and a half ago. So, but when I started live streaming, that was always the first question that I talked to these crowdfunding people. Tim Lim being probably one of the first ones we talked to. I was like, how can you take what you're doing here, this special book that's really expensive, but good quality, and expect it to turn into something where you can get a monthly book that doesn't cost $25. And that's been the hurdle the whole time here. And I think I'm seeing price ranges come down on things as people figure out
That's
what they're doing.
Another part of what they're going on. The fulfillment partners that they're hooking up with, they all offer referral back, right? If you're making them some money, they're taking you some money, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Okay, well, they offered referrals, and we said, no, we don't want referrals. We'd rather you take that, what you were going to give us, and turn that into more of a discount for the customers that come through our website to use your product. So a bigger discount than you can probably get anywhere else will be available also through this website. See, we're trying to make this cheaper for the creator, easier on the retailer, give them a reason to come look, because the creator can print them cheaper and offer them a discount for a quantity of books.
Yep, it makes sense.
You can go look at the site. It's up. They're working on all the functionality. I think they had a bug today. They had to pull it down for a little while and fix. But, it's all in the testing phases. And there's a few books that are already going to be up there. But,
yep.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the site this evening, so I'm not sure where they're at. But, everything was functional. The payment is functional. They ran into a problem where they needed to make the amount of copies available to a retailer a higher number than they had previously set up, because somebody's like, hey, I might want more of those than that. And so they had to go into the retailer option and make it larger, the amount of books that a creator can possibly purchase.
The bigger you can make your print run, the cheaper you can get your individual copies.
Exactly. See, so that's what the whole thing is based on, making this better on the creator and available to the retailer, and it's cheaper. It's already coming in at 3%. So
and I'll tell you what, I can tell you where I can see this going already. I can see creators starting off with Kickstarter or Indiegogo or both, because a lot of them will do both, like you're going to do with Mojo Risen here, and then switching, saying, okay, well, that was the premium book. That's why you paid $25 for it. That's why you got the holofoil or the chromium cover on it. And then turning around, taking the exact same product, putting a whole new cover on it, and saying, okay, now we're going to indie crowdfunding to get into stores. This is going to be the store copy version of it, and offering it at a much lower rate.
And still coming out with your 1 in 50 variant, your 1 in 100 variant. And that's where all those super nice covers that are on your Kickstarter, you get to reapply them as store variants.
That will definitely work. And you can have them at the same cost or something, so that the people who paid a premium for them on your first campaign don't feel like they got jilted, saying, "Well, why didn't I just wait till it was in the store?" As
a variant, 1 in 100, it's definitely going to be up there on the shelf for more. That's what I mean. The whole thing is we want everybody's input. We're not trying to build this to beat those guys. We're trying to build this to be better for you guys. You go look at it. You tell me what you think. If you have questions, you throw them at me.
I'm going to check it out. We're going to have another show on that, Pops.
We want to definitely get everybody's input on that so that it's the best it can be for you guys. This is for you guys, not freaking lawn chairs, man. I mean, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, comics aren't their biggie. Okay?
Yeah.
Think about it. Comics are not the big thing they sell.
No, but they've started to recognize, when you get somebody making $1 million on a comic book now, like some of these guys have done, that'll get their attention.
Yeah, sure. But those same guys, would they have 2,000 backers?
Yeah. Well, they also had expensive, tiers that people jumped into.
Right. And print runs back in the day were 40,000 easy. Even still now, a good print run should be 40,000, right?
At the very minimum, it should be. I mean,
you came back. I can see you.
You got lighter too. I could tell your monitor came on.
Yeah, I can see you.
Your monitor's lighting you up there. You were sitting in the dark for a while. I could tell that things got black on you.
Told me I could have got a little more light on myself.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We're getting ready to wrap up anyway here. I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, we are going to get you back on to talk about that IndieComicFund.com. I've got it written down here in my literally a little black book.
Look, IndieCrowdFund.com.
IndieCrowdFund.com. Yeah, should have had comic in the name somewhere, so you were specific to comic. But
the original idea came from a stupid post I made in the group one day about. I said comic-related crowdfunding. We need it. One just for us, and that was what it was about. Okay, it was just one just for us, with no gatekeeping, no crap. Just try to get our books on shelves because, hey, that's where the money is. Come on, that's where the money is. Selling 30 or 40 copies to a retailer.
Yeah, bypassing the retailer doesn't help the retailer. Doesn't help the industry.
It doesn't help you. I mean, come on. Like I said, those guys, they got 2,000 backers, and made all that money. That's great. But wouldn't you rather sell 40,000 books?
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, we are going to have a lot to talk about for IndieCrowdFund.com when we come back with that. And I'm guessing you're looking at launching that when? Soon?
Like I said, we tried to. Like we did a pre-launch, and that's the phase we're calling it, the pre-launch phase. And we had a few people throw their books up so we could work all the bugs out. And there's a bug report feature up in the top right corner. So if you go to set up a campaign and you run into problems, there's a report, a bug report, and it's also a feature request where if there's something that you think should be there that's not there. Like I said, we want you guys' input. We want you to look at it. I mean, seriously, look at it. See if you like what it has to offer. And my advice to most people, if there are, would be to put up just a bare bones retailer campaign. Get it up there where the retailers can look at your books. You don't have to have no super perks, no crap. Maybe a variant, a 1/100 variant for the store or something. That's it.
Yeah, just here's the book.
Campaign and offer them something, a good price for a discounted for a quantity of books. 80%, let's say 20% off if they buy 10, or and a better deal is they buy more books. Somebody buys 50 books, give them a good discount so that they can sell your books. They might call you back, dude.
Exactly. All right. Well, Pops, man, I appreciate you coming on here tonight. This has still how many minutes we got to go? I'm going to refresh it here.
Got about an hour left.
Yes, boy, it's taking a little while to refresh now. Must have a slower internet connection tonight. Yeah, I'm showing 116 minutes to go. So, and it's still at 42:20. Everybody, the link is in the description right below the video here. Go check it out on Kickstarter. Push that dollar value up a little bit. You don't have to wait for the Indiegogo. I know a lot of your Indiegogo fans, but
there's 116 minutes to go. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to end on the hour. That's weird.
Maybe because it's under 2 hours now, so maybe it has a countdown of minutes after 120.
Yeah, what I'm saying is supposed to go off at 10 o'clock Eastern. That's supposed to be the end. 57 minutes from now. I wonder if this site's not refreshing.
Uh-oh. Maybe
Kickstarter's having an issue, and that's why we're not seeing those numbers go up.
I just watched it drop down to 115, so
that's weird.
So it's counting down, and I didn't even refresh for that. It just did it on its own.
That's just weird. Okay.
Kickstarter is not one I'm more familiar with Indiegogo. Not that I've used. Well, I have used it actually once, but
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to end at 10 o'clock Eastern, and
that's what it says.
That would be 56 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Right? It's that's right?
They're giving you an extra 15 minutes, I guess.
Or something. I don't know. That'd be right. Cool. We can use all the minutes we can get. Man, I want to thank everybody that was watching. If you considered buying the book, if you shared it out so other people could see it, love you, man. That's all I can say.
Fantastic. All right. Always want to tell people, if you want to show your love for Critical Blast, we have these 3-inch holofoil stickers here. And this is a brand new pack. I'm ready to open this one up and start sending them out. If you want one of these, folks, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Critical Blast at 1097 Prestwick Drive, Belleville, Illinois, 62221. And I'll throw 2 of these in here because I know that you'll give one to a friend, and that way I conscript you into the Critical Blast Army and use you as a distribution means. Pops, we will see you again when you're on Indiegogo. See you again to talk about Indie Crowdfund. I think we're going to talk with the Buy Me Toys folks, hopefully, on another LCS Guys show. This has been a fruitful meeting, and I am glad and honored that you sat down to chat with us.
I'm looking forward to future conversations because I'm sure we have a lot to talk about.
I think we do. All right, everybody in the chat, appreciate you being here, and we will see you tomorrow night when we talk with Adam Lawson, who is going to be dealing with his new The Kill Journal, and we're going to talk about that. So until then, take care and good night.